Oh my God, what's he doing here?
Hey, it's the best machinist song since Davidian.
Carl, Brendan, and Dan here from Games, Brains, and Headbang Life. gbhblofficial.com for short. And we are checking out the new track from Oceans called Everyone I Love Is Broken, featuring Rob Flynn of Machine Head. Robert, I don't know why I did that. Of Machine Head fame.
Bobby.
Brendan, yeah, you presumably you know this track because I don't know anything about this.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Bobby Flynn. Sorry. So this is from the German. I think they're kind of they're in the core environment, so you can go for metalcore, post-metalcore, post-core, I don't know, something or other. This is so the band are called Oceans. They released a 4-track EP very, very recently, which is all dedicated around depression. Okay, it's to highlight it, particularly in Germany, but it's more global appeal. But the issues around depression and antidepressants and prescription drugs to help with it in particular. I listened to it because of that reason, because I have a history with some of this sort of stuff. And this song, there's 4 tracks on the EP. The EP itself is called We Are Not Okay. It's a very, very, very strong EP. It's my personal favorite release that I've heard this year across the board.
You gave it 10
across
out of 10.
everything. And I adore it, but I also think I adore it because it speaks to me on a personal level. So I don't want to get too deep or anything like that into this sort of stuff, but this track and another track. So they have 4 songs. Each song features a special guest. So the first song, for example, has Andy Dorner from Caliban on it. This has got Rob Flynn on it. We've got Lena Scissorhands on the track, so it's a kind of collaboration, I guess. I think of all Nuclear Blast artists to a degree coming in and helping to spread. Not necessarily a warning. It's not really a warning. It's more about a message of where you're not alone. Where a lot of us are not okay, and you'll see throughout the video. This song means an awful lot to me on a personal level because it's probably one of 2 songs I've ever heard in my life that describe exactly what depression is to me. Exactly. And the only other song is the next track on this EP, which is called Voices, which is the one featuring Lena Scissorhands from another band that I've forgotten the name, Infected Rain. So video wise, it is, I think, chilling and insanely accurate, but only to me and to other people, don't get me wrong, but because depression is such a personal thing that there is no 2 ways of, no one suffers the same way. So I'm sure there are people who suffer from depression who listen to this and really enjoyed it, but it maybe wasn't their experience of it, that sort of thing. So it's for me, like I said, best Machine Head song since Davidian. That's okay. That's a joke. As you know, I don't mean that. But I mean, fingers crossed everyone enjoys it. But even if you don't enjoy it, fingers crossed there are people out there who do get to listen to it, feel a sense of belonging with the lyrical content and the message. And there are some messages and methods of support that come up at the end of it as well. So,
okay, all right. On that note, then 3, 2, 1, go.
Nothing left, only you and me. Cut all ties from reality. Come with me, let's watch from afar the downfall of humanity. Everyone I love is broken. What does it say about this world? Everything I was dead inside. What does it say about me? Let me
Yeah, I mean, normally, you know, we start laughing and making jokes and stuff like that, but there's nothing really to sort of, it's a very obviously, I mean, here's the thing, right? I want to talk, let me focus on the song first more than anything else. I mean, yeah, it's great. It is great. It's got a level of catchiness while sticking to a very heavy sound while having those kind of cleans. I think it fits Rob Flynn so perfectly. Like to an almost degree where I'm like, yeah, were these parts where he's singing, particularly when he's singing low, written with him in mind? Like, do you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, can you guest on the track? It was written and we're like, can you get Rob Flynn on this track? Because I want to write. Like, it fits his singing style, both that when he's roaring as well, so perfectly that, as I say, it's almost like it was written with him in mind. I think it's a perfect person to kind of sing this. You know, not because I think Rob Flynn has issues or anything like that. It's more the fact that Rob Flynn is more than happy to talk, which is obviously a major component of these issues that exist in the world and stuff like that. So from my perspective, now I can't relate to certain things that you talked. I just can't. It's simple as that. I'm not even going to pretend I can, but there are certain things I can take from that. One is obviously straight away, I knew it was about pill dependency. And it was about the fact that they are issued and given out without even listening. What, you've got problems, you're depressed, here's some pills, off you go. Don't talk to me. That's not what it's about. I love the fact they portrayed it across the entire song. In particularly how he's not being listened to, and it's just, here you go, take these, and so on, and it doesn't help them out. It just gets worse and worse and worse. And I've actually got as you know, you shared something personal start. This is not close, but I've got a personal thing it's about Dan sitting here. Now I don't know if you remember this, but I remember it's a slightly different thing, but only for how quick there was an attempt to kind of get you put on pills, and it was during when you were very, very young, in like primary school. And it was a period where you weren't doing too good. You were having a few problems. You were quite disruptive in class. And your teacher was adamant that you had ADHD and that you should go on medication for it. And so your mother was so adamant. No, that's not right. That's crazy. He's none of that. Just like, you know, let's fix, not pills and you're not got ADHD, because that's, you just obviously haven't, you know, we've got issues at school and stuff like that. And of course you didn't. But it was like, that was a quick, like, oh, we could have easily just chucked you in the doctor, probably gotten you some pills, and off you would have been on that. So like, I can understand that aspect of it as well. Do you remember that, Dan?
Yeah, a bit, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. The other part is, it's the lines. I can't remember quite the words, but it's about the world, like what's wrong with this world kind of thing. And I was thinking about how, while it was singing, I was thinking about how like I operate these days on social media. And in regards to Twitter, for example, I spend probably an unhealthy amount on Twitter, mainly because I like to get a varying wide opinions about certain things. And I'm always reminded, like, after a while, I have to get off it, because holy fucking shit, everyone is so negative constantly about everything, even if it's something positive. Normally the first comment would be, well, that was this or that. And they'll find some way to twist it in an impossible way. We get it in some of our YouTube comments. YouTube comments are a great example of that. I looked and saw, I noticed that I had 106, I think it was 106, 106. And I'm tempted to almost start looking at the comments to find that person, because you know there's gonna be that person there who's being negative. And it's that I kind of thought was really cool. I mean, obviously that's not specifically what the song was about. It wasn't an attack of social media and stuff like that. But there is that question, is what the fuck is wrong with the world that we constantly have to do this? Why do we want to do that? Yeah. And it's not so much, oh, if you've got a negative opinion, you can't share it. It's how you express that. It's how you express those thoughts, you know, and so on. So it's so fucking deep. It's so almost hard to listen to and watch. And like I'm interested in hearing the other songs, but there's a part of me that's generally terrified of listening to the others, because that is heavy. And I don't mean musically heavy. I mean that's heavy on your mind, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, it's deep and it's well thought out. It's you know, as a person, like, I'm not going to go into deep experiences, but as a person who does kind of feel a affinity to it, I feel an affinity to him to the band Oceans, because it feels to me like a song that's coming from a place of knowledge, not a place of research.
True.
That's what it feels like. You know, there are things in that are so poignant to me on a personal level, like whether it's I think the video is very cleverly done, right? I do think, because it is actually quite simplistic. You know, they don't go too far. They don't try to go crazy with it. That clean cut kind of medical looking room, you know, the pills clearly labeled, because that's a genuine antidepressant. That is actually, I believe, the antidepressant that I was prescribed. But it was a 500 milligram dosage. But you know, that's what I believe anyway. It's a while ago now. I can't really remember. The change in the person, you know, even after pill number 1, the screen color, the contrast is kind of grayed a little bit. You know what I mean? It shows it like the color's draining out of him. The one that gets me though is him on the sofa with girlfriend, wife, whatever it is, and she's watching the TV and laughing, and you know, and all he can do is sort of sit there stony faced and pull his pills out, you know, to try and get through the next 5 minutes. And then you've got that kind of, I don't know what the word for it is, but that kind of arty drawn kind of mask.
Yeah.
That would popping up, which is kind of, and then when that's on it, he's almost like laughing maniacally, shoving Chris into his face when the mask is there. And then he's just gone. There's nothing left but the mask. It's a powerful fucking video, man. But like I said, I think it's powerful from the point of knowledge or experience, which makes it more powerful. You know, and also the fact that, you know, there's a lot behind this as well, you know, like you saw at the end with the website link and stuff like that. They have a whole area of their website dedicated to this, to helpline numbers, to people you can reach out to, people you can talk to, you know, all under this banner of the EP album title, which is We Are Not Okay. And then the Oceans in Our Mind is the kind of help topic. So, yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Go on, Dan.
I don't have much to say about the lyrical content, but the song itself is very good. The music video is very poignant. It hits very hard. I'm kind of left like almost, because it's like it's so perfectly visualized. I think I got exactly what they were trying to say, and with you saying I don't think it's from a place of research, I agree with that. It seems very, very close to heart, and like they're speaking from their minds, you know. It's very real.
Yeah, like you said, it's heavy. It's a heavy topic, you know, but it's also the right thing to do for bands, and you know, if they're going to do it in the right way, to address it, because you know, it genuinely helps people, man. Yeah, you know, this sort of shit helps people, you know.
Absolutely. And we will forever, no matter what it might be, whatever subject a metal band wants to, if they've got something to say, they should say it, and to express it in such a way. And still, like I said, be a heavy metal, something that you can get into, that you can bang your head to and tap your foot to, because you've got that rhythm, you've got those hooks, you've got that chorus, you've got all the elements. Wow. So if you want to switch off, if you want to watch the video and listen to the song, and you just want to switch off to the lyrics, you can still totally enjoy that as a very good metal track, you know?
Yeah, I think that's it as well. Yeah, it is a good metal song.
Yeah,
there's loads of good moments in it. Like, it's got catchy verses, catchy choruses. It's got the smallest little solo in the world, but it is the perfect solo for that song. That little down now. You know, it's got like 2 kind of bars to it before we get Rob coming in with a few whoas.
Yeah,
it's a well written song, content aside, you know. They're a talented band, man. This EP has really opened my eyes to Oceans. There's a lot going for this band.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the EP is out now. Brendan gave it 10 out of 10 on the website, so go check out his review if you want to kind of understand from that perspective as well. But of course, if you've got thoughts, let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. Go to Patreon and help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?